Good evening. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Hope you can hear me all right over the music in the background. That's live from Smalls Jazz Club right now, going on right now. That's Jack Ralph Quintet. I don't know if you're familiar with the name, but he played with Charles Mingus. Very, very accomplished trumpet player. And fortunately, I got him backing me up here tonight for a very special day 50 years ago, if anybody remembers. Muhammad Ali, Ken Norton, first fight. Muhammad Ali got his jaw broken. 1973. Big shakeup in the heavyweight division. Sorry, but this jazz just kind of gets me going here. And the green tincture. The green dragon tincture. My favorite new way to enjoy weed. Bypass the smoking. The old Tokatu is in retirement right now. This green dragon tincture, I tested this out today. I have the testing kit over here now. 44 milligrams per milliliter. That's about as strong as an edible as you can get. And they usually contain 1 milligram. They're usually about 5 milligrams per milliliter or per edible. This stuff, very, very strong. It's in a pure alcohol base. And man, I'll tell you, on a Friday night, Kenneth Johnson, my brother, how are you, bro? Good to see you, my man. Now, I have to shut up for 30 seconds when I do a hit off this bad boy. And we're listening to like I said, the Jack Ralph Quintet. That's Ratso Harris on bass, Ronnie Burridge on the drums, Tim Armacost on the tenor sax, George Burton on piano, and of course Jack Ralph on that trumpet. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. And very fortunate to have a live concert here in the background while we talk about one of the biggest upsets in boxing at the time, the once defeated Muhammad Ali. And thank you, Emmanuel Briggs, for stopping in here, bro. Andre, thanks for coming by, my brother. Andre Rodriguez, Portuguese. Espada, my brother. Kenneth Johnson, how are you, man? Yeah, this was a crazy year in the heavyweight division. Muhammad Ali looking for his rematch with Joe Frazier, but a couple of months before this, Joe Frazier got beat by a cat named George Foreman, who seemed to come out of nowhere. And now we got a guy named Ken Norton who seemed to come out of nowhere. This fight, man, this was on a Saturday afternoon, free TV, back in 1973. It was on ABC's Wide World of Sports. It was a very unexpected, because this Ken Norton, nobody knew who Ken Norton was. He was a big Marine. He came out of San Diego, California. Actual facts, my bro. How you doing, man? Thank you for coming by. We're gonna be talking. I'm talking about a fight that happened 50 years ago tonight. Imagine that, 50 years ago, and I can remember that, man. I remember that Saturday afternoon, spring afternoon. I think I was working at my dad's restaurant at the time, and Saturdays were really just another working day. But I was home for this fight. I remember watching. My dad was sick, and my dad was not an Ali fan. But we were expecting to see, before Joe Frazier got beat by George Foreman, everybody was expecting to see the rematch. But instead, we got this surprise. Muhammad Ali. He was the number one ranked heavyweight contender at the time, to George Foreman, who beat Joe Frazier. And Ali was mouthing about he was going to take George Foreman. He was going to beat George Foreman and win that heavyweight championship back. Then he was going to go after Joe Frazier. And this kid, this Marine, Ken Norton, he came into this fight 30 victories, 1 loss. This was for the North American Heavyweight Championship. As a matter of fact, 2 out of the 3 fights between Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton were for the North American Boxing Federation Heavyweight Championship, the NABF, which was a precursor to the World Heavyweight Championship. Muhammad Ali, he came into the ring wearing a robe that said the People's Champion. It was given to him by Elvis Presley. He never wore that robe again after losing this fight. Oh man, this tincture and this jazz music really puts me in a good mood. And thinking back 50 years, man. That's a lot of time being a boxing fan. This fight was held in San Diego, California. Ali made $210,000. It'd be worth about $1.5 million today. Ken Norton. This is non-title, NABF title, non-world title. Ken Norton was he earned himself $50,000, and you look at that and say $50,000 for Ken Norton in a heavyweight fight, but this was 42,000 more than Norton ever made previously. So Ken Norton's biggest payday before this was 8,000. And Muhammad Ali, he was coming off his $1 million payday against Joe Frazier a few years earlier. But see, Ali was on the comeback trail. Ali was trying to redeem himself after that loss. He didn't take that loss well. Ali fought after the Joe Frazier fight. He came back. He fought Jimmy Ellis. He fought Buster Mathis, Jurgen Blinn, Mac Foster, the incomparable George Chuvalo, Jerry Quarry, Al Lewis, Floyd Patterson, Bob Foster, Joe Bugner. I mean, Ali really wanted to redeem himself, and then was that inevitable meeting with Ken Norton, who Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton, man, they had such close fights. This first fight was a split decision. The second fight was a split decision. And that third fight, they say the closest of them all was a unanimous decision for Ali. But I'm gonna bring this fight up, put it on, and we can watch a little of it. Watch the whole thing, man. The heck. We'll bring it on up here, man. And I want to make sure my background music is. This is very avant-garde stuff. The kind of music that I like, man. Going in many directions. Let's bring this one. I think that was an even round in my books. That was a real close round. I hate to call even rounds, but I didn't see anybody take charge of that. Look at this, 1973. What are they doing? Quaker State Motor Oil. Yeah, Zuli Zhang there and Joe Joyce. That should be an interesting fight. That should be quite interesting. This is the stuff we used to use back in the day. This was Menon skin bracer. I don't know if any of you cats remember that stuff. Almost like straight alcohol. Look at it, Smoking Joe Frazier's using it. Watch what he does. I remember this. I remember this commercial. So, thank you for coming by and celebrating the 50th anniversary of this 2 combination. That's a round for Ken Norton. And that marsupial was broken. And here we are. We're at the end of round 7, a round for Ken Norton. And can you imagine the pain of fighting with a broken jaw? Damn. Ali off his stool early. Picasso, my brother. Get this shit.
What now? What are your people going to ask for now, and what do you want to do now?
Well, my grandma goes to championship. I'll do whatever it takes to make right.
Get a clutch.
I have been Kenny Norton.
Unusual. That's unusual seeing Ali at a loss for words, man. Hey, my friend Robert the Genius. I'm sorry, man. He stopped in here to see me. Robert the Genius, brother. How you doing, man?
Hey, Bruce, can you hear me good, brother?
Yes, I can, bro. Welcome. I'm glad you made it, man.
I'm happy to be here, man. And I forgot about how great that fight was. And then I just popped into your YouTube. Man, those last rounds were crazy. Bruce, my question was, why wasn't that a 15-round fight? Do you know?
Yeah, because see, that was for the North American Heavyweight Championship. Neither one were world champions. World titles were saved for world championship fights at the time, or occasionally there'd be a world championship eliminator, like when Oscar Bonavena fought Ali. That was not for that wasn't for a world title. That was an eliminator, and it was 15 rounds. But the reason this was 12 rounds, North American Championship.
So, Bruce, I was trying to tell you in the chat while the fight was going on. I don't know if you know this, but one time Floyd Mayweather was on ESPN, maybe it was Sports Center or something, and they were asking him the greatest boxers, and ESPN had Muhammad Ali at number 1. Floyd had him at like number 4, and one of his reasonings was he thought that Ken Norton beat him in both fights. Do you remember who won the rematch to this?
Yeah, Ali won the rematch by split decision. And then the third fight, Ali won it by a unanimous decision, very controversial. But see, in boxing, Robert, sometimes people just have your number. These two cats, they could have fought 100 rounds, and it's going to be 50-50. You know, it's
like Ali and Frazier.
Like Ali and Frazier, they were 50-50. Ali showed he was better than Frazier towards the end, but sometimes, like I'm saying, some people have your number. Right. Like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. They could fight a million times, and I think Tyson Fury is going to come out ahead most of the time. It's just the nature of boxing, and it also throws that triangle theory to hell. You know, the people say, well, Ken Norton beat
like Bruce beat Robert, and I can beat Skywalker, but Skywalker can beat you. So it's like boxing math never works out.
We can think of the perfect example is Ken Norton, Muhammad Ali, and George Foreman. Ali and George Foreman went toe to toe. Excuse me. Ali annihilated George Foreman.
George Foreman annihilated Ken Norton.
And George Foreman annihilates Ken Norton, but yet Ken Norton and Ali go toe to toe for 24 and 15. That's 44 rounds of action that they had with each other. And
you could even swap out Ken Norton with Joe Frazier. And in my opinion, now look, I'm from Philadelphia, but I'm not even being biased. I've seen Ali Frazier too, probably like 5 times. Love that fight. I have Frazier winning every time in a close, great classic, but I think Joe Frazier beat Ali the second time, possibly the third. I don't know. A lot of people haven't watched the third. The third's a great fight. People should check that out, man.
Are you talking the Thriller in Manila?
I'm talking
Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, right?
Joe Frazier too. Yes. I give that to Joe Frazier as well.
I don't know, man.
And watch it on your channel, bro.
Yeah, we can do that. And the Thriller in Manila, the third fight, that was Ali said that's the closest to death he's ever come. He got at the end of the 14th round, he said to Angelo Dundee, "Cut the gloves off. I'm done." Angelo Dundee said, "Wait a minute, whoa. He's not coming out. They're not letting him out for the 15th round because, man, that was an amazing fight, that was
even
truly.
That story is like, wow, that's the fucking best shit.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. This is why I watch boxing today. I'm addicted to it. Tomorrow, I can't wait to see Franklin and Joshua. And then, and what's the fight we're going to see in the evening? I can't even remember who it is now. Dog Bay but anyway, it's a complete day of boxing all day, but nothing compares to these classic fights.
I love a big fight on UK time so I'm on the East Coast. I'm going to get Joshua Franklin at like maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you know? I'm still going to be fresh, enjoying it.
I love it.
Sometimes I don't like when an event like the main event doesn't come on until 1 a.m., 1:30, you know.
That's my biggest pet peeve in boxing, man. You know, bro, I'm almost 70 years old. 2:00 in the morning, I still wake up at 7, you know. It's tough for me. But I hear you 100%. And for instance, this fight here, this was on ABC's Wide World of Sports. It was on at 5:00 in the afternoon, East Coast. Beautiful.
Excellent.
See, Saturday night was date night back in the day. You know, so you sit home watching boxing, you're gonna end up sitting home doing a lot more by yourself than just watch boxing. You don't get up and mingle. But today, I think that, you know, they're in this mindset where these big fights have to be made on a Saturday night, and it's ridiculous. I can tell you, Robert, fights that I've seen, like Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns was on a Thursday night. The fights we're talking about, the Thriller in Manila, that was on a Wednesday night. The Rumble in the Jungle, that was on a Tuesday night. I mean, the weeknights.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, guaranteed, bro. Yeah, for sure. They were weeknights. You could Google them right now, and it's not till the past few years that Saturday night has been exclusive night for boxing.
Bruce, you probably don't like MMA, do you? Do you?
No,
like
I watch it, but I can't get into it.
Okay, not important for what I'm trying to say. Do you know what bare knuckle boxing is?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the big promotion in bare knuckle boxing is called BKFC, Bare Knuckle Boxing Fight Championships. Their business model is they're going after the Friday nights. I think that's great.
That's
because
smart.
I want combat sports 7 days a week. Everyone tries to crowd Saturday. It's like, dude, Friday's wide open. And that's what WWE wrestling does. They go for Sundays and Mondays. It's smart, man. Because if promoters put on a big card on Friday night, I'd watch. Shoot, I'm watching your stuff right now.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. MZ, yes, you know, in fact, you know, I know some people who know Ray personally. I'm gonna try to hook up with Ray. I did an interview with him about a year ago.
Ray who?
Ray Mercer. Yes, Merciless Ray Mercer. His birthday is April 4th. I didn't know that, but
he did an MMA fight.
I'll try to get up with him. Ray wants to talk about the downside of boxing. He wants to talk about the steroids. He wants to talk about all the shit that's happening. And I think we can hook up with Ray.
Yeah, dude, let's get Ray on. Dude's a legend. What are you talking about right now?
No. You can. Ray's not the kind of a guy you could just call up right now. Ray's a crusty guy, man. Ray, you know, Ray will fight you if you look at him cross-eyed right now. Unlike a lot of boxers, Ray's still got an axe to grind, and it'd be great to talk to him.
Yeah, so Bruce, so earlier when we were watching the fight, I only caught a piece of this, but you said you were talking about something with THC. What are you just doing edibles now?
No, bro. What I do is I've been smoking weed since 1969. I don't take any mind-altering drugs. I was addicted to heroin at one point in my life. I was addicted to opiates for probably over 35 years of my life. I was prescribed OxyContin when it first came out. All that shit, because I have serious pain in my upper body. I need to get both of my shoulders surgically replaced. I don't need to. I'm not going to. But anyway, the bottom line is I don't take any mind-altering drugs. No pills. I don't even drink caffeine. No alcohol. I love the weed. I've been smoking the weed since 1969. And what I have now, instead of smoking it, I have a machine that makes a tincture. And I make this stuff right here. It's called the Green Dragon Tincture. I don't know if you.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That last word, I'm not familiar with it. I'm not even sure I'm hearing it correctly. Tincture.
Tincture, yes, TINCTURE. It's a medicinal term, and it means an extract, a very strong concentrated extract.
Like an oil.
It's like an oil, but it's alcohol based. And what I do is I have a machine where I put the weed in the machine, I put the alcohol in the machine, I set it for 8 hours, and I get this lovely tincture. And are you familiar with edibles, Robert?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the potency of edibles? So what
In
do
New
you?
Jersey, weed's legal. We buy from dispensaries, and they have, your THC levels and all that.
Yeah. So what do you usually take for? What do you usually take for a good buzz from an edible?
I'm not an edible guy, but for example, I bought weed today. The flower I bought, it said 43% THC, which is high. Usually
Super
they're in
high.
the 20s, but I went for high THC today. So what, 28%?
I've never even seen anything. No, see this right here. I have this, and I have a tester. I just got it last week, and it's accurate. It's scientific. It's a $400 piece of equipment, and I tested this out today, and this comes out to 44 milligrams of THC per milliliter. So I do a shot like this, and I have to be quiet for 30 seconds. 42 milligrams. That's a lot. That's you do a 42 milligram edible, bro, and you're fucked up. Toka Talk, salute my brother, and Remy, my brother, salute to you. I do this under the tongue. It's called sublingual absorption.
What does it taste like? Hey man, I like your rings. I wear rings too.
Speak.
Bruce, you're gonna love this. Here, hit this. You like that?
Bro, I have to be quiet for 30 seconds when I do this.
All
because
right,
it gets
so we don't have dead air.
It gets absorbed under the tongue.
Right.
But and if I talk when I'm doing it, I'll spew this green sputum all over the fucking screen. But every shot of that is like doing a 40 milligram edible. In Rhode Island, they cannot make edibles that have more. They're only 5 milligrams. The little gums that they sell, you can't even get 10 milligram edibles. This right here has. Let me see if it's 44 milligrams per milliliter. There are 70 milliliters in here.
Right.
Do the math. That's about 2,000. I think that's about 2,000, almost 3,000 milligrams of THC in here. That's heavy duty.
I don't know how that computes. Do you know alcohol? How much would that compute to, let's say, proof wise?
All right. This Toka Talk, your tolerance for edibles is super high, bro. Mine was too. This dude, a real good friend of mine out here I'm not even going to mention his name. He sent me some edibles through the mail. They were 100 milligrams. Some of them were 200 milligram per edible. My mind was blown. I said, how the fuck can you even get them that strong? But anyway, I built up the tolerance where 100 milligram edible was nice. This stuff here, way stronger. 3 shots of that's like 120 milligram. And I've just been doing it like crazy. You can't get as high smoking this weed, smoking weed, Robert, as you can get taking this tincture.
The highest I've ever got in life. Now I smoke every day. I'm 39. Been smoking since I'm 16. Love this shit. One summer I was on probation, so I couldn't smoke for 3 months. Right. So I was totally sober for 3 months. And then my first time smoking, I dabbed. Do you know what dabbing is with the torch?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Dude, I was so high. I felt like I was fucking tripping. It took me 30 minutes to back my car out of a driveway because the house was kind of on a busy road, but not really. But dude, I just couldn't do it.
Bro,
I don't dab anymore.
Smoke now. See, I have.
But like this is what I keep on my desk right here. So I smoke weed. You know what I mean?
This is an AK-47 bud. This is a solid diesel bud. And these aren't small buds either. These are I'd say that's about 3.5 gram sucker right there. This is
Bruce, are you buying from a dispensary? What state do you live in?
Granddaddy. I live in Rhode Island. It's legal. I grew up myself.
Because right now, right, if I went to a dispensary, which I went to today, we're paying $45 an eighth. After tax and stuff, it's probably closer to 52.
I grow it, man. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, but how often are you able to grow enough to keep yourself satisfied? Like I probably smoke 3 grams a day out of the bong.
I have a Toka 2. That was my main pipe was the Toka 2. You ever heard of one of those?
Nah. Can you show?
Let me show this to you. I be who I be. How you doing, brother? Hang on, I'm gonna go grab it.
Who's giving us shout outs real quick? I'll check the chat. Toker Talk. Okay, cool name. We'll just start with that. And I be who I be. I mean, that's
all my good brothers out there.
Shout outs to him. It's like it is what it is. And that's something I could get tattooed right there. I mean, dealing with baby's moms, it is what it is. Dealing with your boss, it is what it is.
This, my friend, this is my pipe of choice. My wife usually gets it crystal clean, and I haven't smoked. I don't smoke either anymore.
Can you back it up? Can you back up? Yeah. Okay, right on. Nice. We keep that next to the computer. What's your computer piece? That's the real house piece. What's your computer piece?
What do you mean?
What piece do you keep near your computer or on your desk?
I don't, bro. I do the tincture now. I don't fucking smoke anymore.
I gotta check that out.
Well, I've been smoking weed every day. I was doing 100 bongs a day. So I retired in 2015, and I don't take any. I was prescribed Wellbutrin, fucking Prozac, benzodiazepam, gabapentin, oxycodone. They had me on methadone for a year and a half. I don't take any of that shit now. I don't even drink fucking alcohol. I don't fucking even drink coffee. I love the THC buzz. And bro, my right hand to God, and I believe in God as my Father and my Savior. This is the best way to fucking ingest marijuana you're ever gonna find in your life.
All right, how do I get that then? I've never even heard of it.
Okay, you Google this machine online. It's called Magical Butter. Magical.
Do you have IG?
Oh no, I don't.
Magical Butters. Okay, so
Magical Butter.
On
and it's
eBay or something?
Oh, you can get it on eBay. You can get it on anywhere. And it's a machine, and what it does is it extracts the fucking THC from your weed, and it gets this beautiful green tincture. You put a little bit under your tongue. You get high as a motherfucker. You don't get congested. You can fucking run. You can run 4 miles. No fucking lung fucking.
All right, so Bruce, let me ask you a question. Once you wake up and your feet hit the ground, how soon do you dose?
I usually wait till about 11, 12 o'clock. I get things done in the morning. First thing I do, I go for a long walk with my dog, and I'm still a little buzzy, and plus, my wife will take care of me every once in a while, so I keep a little straight for that. And by noontime, I'll start hitting on it. After I go for my second walk, I bring it with me. I see some of the old cats on the corner.
So if you don't dose until 11, you're telling me before 11 there's no coffee? You don't even miss coffee? Because coffee's like an art. You know what I mean? Nope. I love that.
Well, I was drinking gravy. When I was drinking coffee, I was going to Dunkin' Donuts, and I'd get a jumbo black iced coffee with 6 Splendors. They knew who I was. I didn't have to get to the fucking window. They tell you, watch what this guy's going to get. And I drink 3 of those a fucking day, bro.
That sounds like kind of what I'm on now, bro.
Well, since I quit taking coffee, my blood pressure's dropped 15 points. I don't get the jitters. I'm just more
I'm running
relaxing.
a calorie deficit because I'm trying to lose weight. So the caffeine is a good appetite suppressant. So instead of getting food, I'll have a sugar-free Monster or coffee, maybe cream. Try to avoid the sugar. You know how it is. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, caffeine.
Right, and it's also a diuretic. If you're drinking caffeine, bro, you have to drink a lot of water too, because and especially at my age, my organs will get fucking dehydrated. and I'll get cramps. I'll get fucking cramps in my legs. And this is when I used to drink caffeine. I'd find this out. Since I quit doing that, don't get the cramps anymore. It's a better feeling.
Do you get a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Are you able to do that?
Never.
Me neither, bro.
I used to get 8 hours all the time. In fact, I've actually, if I had to go teach a class or do something, I would have to I'd have to stop. If I was watching if there was a boxing match going off at midnight, I'd have to tape it or something. I couldn't stay up because my body needed that 8 hours of sleep. Since I got old, 5.5, 6 hours. That's it, man. I can't get any more than that. I can go
if I get 6 a.m. When are you up?
No. I get to sleep at around 1:30, and I get up at between 7:30 and 8:30.
Yo, tell me, there's nothing better than when you bang your workout out in the morning, and you go for the day. Like you said, that walk, like when you get that in, and then you got the whole day ahead of you.
Oh, bro, I was a bodybuilder for years, man. I was a bodybuilder for 15 years. Tony Boswell, my brother. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you coming by. And that's my man, Tony Boswell. He knows edibles like nobody knows edibles. That's my man. But anyway, man, I was in the gym every morning. I was a personal trainer and a nutritional advisor, and I still am. But I did it for a living for a long time. And I was in that gym. I got my own workout. I'd get my workout in at 6 a.m. before I had clients. I had some at that time, but that's the best time to work out. You work out on an empty stomach. Your body burns fat. It's not burning the carbohydrates that's in your system, the glycogen. So you do your cardio, you're running, whatever it is. You do that on an empty stomach. You're going to stay lean. That's a little trick to know.
I hope you're listening out there, kids, because that's Bruce dropping gems for you.
Well, it's common knowledge. Anybody that hangs with me knows, man. Fitness and me go hand in hand, bro. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified nutritional advisor. I sold nutritional supplements since 1997. I don't think there's a legal supplement out there, and possibly an illegal supplement that I haven't dabbled in. So, I'm pretty comfortable talking about any aspect of nutrition, sports nutrition, boxing, professional wrestling, weed, jazz. This is what I do, bro.
A lot of it ties in because you got nutrition, but then you got, if you're trying to bulk up or build muscle nutrition, if you're trying to box or be explosive, you have that type of nutrition. It's like a whole rabbit hole you can get into. Sports. After I gotten a little bit older and I have a higher emphasis on my health and stuff, I looked into all that training, recovery, stuff like that. So,
I wish I knew what I knew now back when I was training, because I was training with fucking drug-induced power lifters. I was training with professional bodybuilders, and I didn't give a fuck. I was right in there with them. I was trying to pull up 500 pounds off the floor. I was trying to make that 350-pound bench press. I was doing all that crazy shit, and man, did I fucking destroy my body from doing all that and not recovering properly, not taking the proper nutrition for after those vigorous, crazy workouts, but mostly just not enough rest time. That's so important. And I was nuts.
It really is. It really.
I didn't. I know. I was hanging out with the fucking craziest. And half of these motherfuckers, they're dead. They've had heart attacks. They can't even open their fucking eyebrows now. And I'm fucking 68 and I can dance rings around these cocksuckers. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Definitely. But yo, I'm really not anti-steroid. I think, look, it's harmful. Don't get me wrong, and try to take it properly and the best you can. But I'm really not tripping on it. And then as far as now, that's outside of combat sports. Let me just be clear. I don't give a fuck if a basketball player takes steroids. In boxing, it's different. But like, if there was like a steroid league, I would definitely watch and support. Just as long as it's out in the open and both people are either on steroids or not on steroids. Like how you agree to glove size and shit. Just be like, yo, are we going to dope or are we not going to dope? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? As a consumer or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I'll give you a better example. TRT is not steroids. TRT is getting your testosterone to a level of a 20-something-year-old, and that is just leveling the playing field.
Yeah, but what is TRT though? It's the same thing as steroids. It is steroids. I'm on TRT, bro. I'm
on TRT, bro. I'm on TRT, bro. The difference is
what do you take?
The difference is I pick up my steroids from ShopRite from a pharmacy, and I did all full disclosure. I did take one cycle of Tren in 2008 when I was 22, and we got that from China. That came in a box that had stamps from like 5 countries.
I'll show you what I take from my TRT.
I'll grab mine too. We can break the taboo on it right now to anyone who's watching.
Yeah. See, I keep mine in a little gear bag over here.
Shoebox, baby.
What you got?
All right, so I don't want to show like the label and shit, but this is the box that it comes in, and then
well, what is it?
Testosterone.
Testosterone cypionate or ethanate?
Cypionate.
Cypionate.
And that came from my grocery store pharmacy in America.
I got the same shit as you, bro.
Yeah, I told you I'm on TRT from a doctor. And it's not Tren. Like, I get my blood work done. I know how high my testosterone is.
Yeah, me too, bro. See?
There you go, same stuff. The difference between Tren and what we're taking, Bruce,
all these fucking
Tren is made
all these syringes and everything, all this fucking shit, man.
The difference is that ours is made in a pharmacy in Canada or America or whatever, but it's FDA approved. The stuff we're putting in our bodies. Tren comes from
I've done Tren before.
Mexico or China, and you really you can't prove what's. I mean,
well, it's also made in America too. It's called Trembolin, and it's what it is. It's a shorter acting steroid, and it's also water based, which it's painful to do. I mean, I do a half a gram of this every 20 days. You know,
I do 30 ml twice a week.
I'm sorry. I do. What is it?
They do milliliters with liquids.
This is 1 milliliter, and the strength and it's 200 milligrams per milliliter. This is weeks at the pharmacy at Walgreens. Yeah. When I did steroids, bro, I was doing fucking my best cycle was testosterone and Deca with fucking Dianabol. That was the best fucking cycle I ever did. It's an androgen, it's an anabolic, and
the cocktail.
It was incredible.
Robert, you ever try VAR? No, brother. I'm not sure what VAR is.
Anavar.
No, I did Tren, and I had the opportunity to do Deca and D-ball. I just did Tren for like maybe 2 months, not even a full cycle, but I honestly saw gains.
Yeah, you got to do Tren like 3 times a week. You can't just it's
I was getting plunged. I was getting plunged. I think twice a week.
Yeah, you have to stick a lot of needles in you for that. I was doing when I did it. I was doing let's see, I would do I would do a full syringe of testosterone, and I would do one cc of Deca, and I would take the Dianabol every day. And I've only done about 2 or 3 cycles in my life.
Yeah.
You know, to me, they're cheating. Actually, they're not cool. If you're not competing, I was competing in powerlifting, so I was using that as an excuse, but it wasn't cool. I see what it did to a lot of fucking people who didn't do it, and I did it with a doctor's advice. He didn't give me the stuff, but he told me what to take post cycle. He told me how to
milk thistle and
no. Yeah. Clomid, HCG, and then we would take fucking clenbuterol to
Bruce,
get everything.
Here's my thing on it. It's that people will try to cheat USADA in the drug test anyway. And it's just like, look, either have a league where it's okay and both fighters agree on it. And if both fighters want to be natty, then let them do a natty fight. It's like anything else you can negotiate. Like, which glove companies can we use? Oh, we can only use Reyes.
No, this stuff is not good for you, bro. This stuff you're fucking with your body on a hormonal level.
They're already doing it. I'm not encouraging people.
I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay to see fucking drug-induced fighters fight each other.
You already are, though, Bruce. You already are paying. I know, but brother, you are. Name your favorite fighters. Let's talk about if they did drugs.
I don't really have a favorite fighter. I can't.
Any fights you paid for? You ever paid for a Shane Mosley fight? I paid for a fucking ton, and I love this guy.
Well, I mean that's a whole other subject, bro. I've been getting.
You ever paid for a Manny Pacquiao fight?
No, I haven't paid for a fight since Thomas Hearns fought Iran Barkley on the rematch, and that was, I think, in 1980.
I think Iran Barkley popped for steroids, or I know James Toney did. You ever watch a James Toney fight? Bro, these are just people who popped. Bro,
you're speaking to the choir. You're speaking to the choir because I can, so many boxers, and everyone you named, and Roy Jones, and Evander Holyfield, and Tyson Fury, and Alvarez.
I don't even care.
Yeah, well, you want to see all these guys legally be allowed to juice and fight each other, and I don't. I think that would fucking ruin boxing. Hapo, Typo, and Remy. How you doing, my brothers?
Bruce, I'm saying if they want to do a natty fight, put it in the contract. If they don't give a fuck, then leave it out and come juice to the gills. I don't care. They're going to do it anyway.
That's cool, why man.
Not just be honest about it?
Nah. I say VADA should be stricter. They should use the lie detector test. They should be more stringent on the blood the urine testing, and they should try to wipe drugs out of fucking boxing. That's the way I feel.
They kind of did, though. I feel like they kind of are. But what I'm saying is, if some people want to juice, let them. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I do, bro. I don't think they should. I think if they get because it's not fair.
What if 2 adult men? Like,
let them go behind the fucking alley and fight.
Is juicing, Bruce?
No. What are you saying?
DRT is considered juicing.
No, it's not. It's fucking. You said it earlier. You're a contradiction, bro. You just said it's not juicing. Let me finish myself before you cut me off. You're replenishing your body with the testosterone that it can't make at a young age, and you're taking it for medicinal purposes. That's what steroids are actually made for: to heal wounds faster, to revitalize older people like me. Because it's not that it's going to give me muscle, but it's going to make sure my cholesterol levels stay in check, my blood pressure is normal, my kidney functions are happening like a young person's happening. That's why I'm taking it. Now, abusing it, that's when you're taking it for the anabolic purposes, which there's no need for that, bro. I mean, it's fucking abused. It's not used, and that's my stance on fucking anabolic steroids. I don't think they should. You take it, so I take it, and it's a fucking even thing. I think it sucks in boxing, and I think people can get killed with it. And if I know any fucking boxer that's juicing, I say fucking suspend him, fine him, and if he fucking doesn't fucking come around, you fucking ban him for life, and that's it. You're a fucking drug cheat. You got no fucking business in my sport of boxing. Go ahead.
All right, my man Bruce, very passionate. I fucking love it. Okay, so look, according to the people, TRT is juicing. Me and you know, as people who do TRT and have juiced, that it's not. So look, let me just get into, is it cheating? If a 26-year-old, now Bruce, me and you get blood work, so what I'm going to say may sound foreign to some people, but we're going to talk about testosterone numbers. The average these days, someone who's over 35, and as you get older, that number will get lower. Your testosterone will be sub 400, right? 20, let's just say Tank Davis, in his age at 27, a beast, probably has a testosterone level of about 1,000, right? Steroids like Tren and Deck and D-Ball will put your testosterone level at like 1,500. That is steroids. What TRT does is will put your testosterone level at about 900 or 1,000, where someone at a younger age would be. It puts you at like peak natty. I'll put it to you like that. Steroids puts you way over. So that's why I'm saying, Bruce, me and you know that doing Tren will get you like the fucking Hulk. Doing TRT, if you work out with it, will help you get.
Bro, do you know what these steroids do? Mark Nash, my brothers, shout out to you, man. Salute. Do you know what these steroids actually do to an athlete?
As far as make them stronger and shit?
I mean, bro, the steroids give you the ability to synthesize protein. You have to eat way more protein. They give you the ability to recover. You train twice as hard. You put undue stress on your fucking joints. Your fucking joints don't get any stronger. Your ligaments don't get any stronger. You lift these crazy amount of weights. You're fucking your body up in the long run, bro. It's not worth it, man.
Right, but are some people doing it anyway?
Bro, yeah, they are, but they should not do it in organized sports. If you want to do that, if you want to do that and be the fucking thing man in the gym.
You're trying to tell adults.
No, what you have to do is you have to go with the federation. The federation you're working for, they have rules, and one of their rules is you can't take testosterone. They have a whole list of them on there.
Right. I'm in agreement with you. Don't be a scumbag. And if your opponent's saying I'm coming in natty, don't try to cheat and come in with an advantage, because that's what you will have with steroids, an advantage. Bruce, what I'm saying is, if both fighters agree to it, then it's even playing fields. They're both in hand.
But they'll never do that because, fucking competitive athletes, they'd rather be known as a cocksucker than a fucking steroid abuser. Believe me, that is a fucking bad tag to have. It tells people you're a phony. It tells people that you're nothing. It's fucking you're a walking fucking chemical fucking lab. Bro, that people they do that on the slide. When I had my nutritional supplement stores, the biggest seller I had was a product called Strip. And what that was, that would stop the fucking detection of certain chemicals. The fucking chemists got wise to that after they started testing for Strip itself. Strip got fucking wise to that. They fucking put more advanced things in there, more cover-up agents. So it's a cat and mouse game. It's a fucking game. It's got no place in.
I'm saying fuck the game, put it all above board, and just be like, yo, are we doing drug testing? Nah. Okay, may the best man who's juiced up win. They're going to juice anyway. And also, by the way, Bruce, some people can come in on TRT, which right now those levels are banned. Me and you both know what TRT is. Like, it's not, you're not going to win a fight. You can't not train, take TRT, and expect to kick someone's ass. It just doesn't work like that. I know because I'm a fighter, plus I take TRT. You know what I mean? And I get blood work done. I'll post my blood work numbers. I probably have less testosterone than my opponents. I'm just nice with the hands too. You know what I mean? TRT does help me recover faster though. It's beautiful for that shit. Cause I'm 39.
See, I never started taking hormone replacement therapy until I was in my late 50s.
Shout outs to Mark Nash. Shout outs to
Mark Nash is my brother out there, man. Haplotypo. All my friends are coming out here today, bro. And if any of you cats want to come in here and talk about performance enhancing drugs, Robert's pretty good on that, man. He's got a lot of knowledge in here. If you want to tell him you agree with him or you disagree with him, or you just want to come up here and share any experiences you have with fine reefer, with performance enhancing drugs, or if you just want to hear yourself on a YouTube channel, bro, you can do that. You're more than welcome. I'm sitting here with some fucking green dragon tincture. The only way to fucking ingest THC these days. I'm gonna do a shot, then I gotta shut my mouth for 30 seconds, and my boy Robert's gonna take over the microphone over here because I hate that air.
All right, so since I got a little control, we're gonna go through the chat real quick. Give a couple shout outs. Andrew Charles. Any lab-produced chemical as it applies to professional sports is cheating or unfair if you prefer, in my opinion. I agree with you. Unless both fighters agree it's okay. I don't think it's okay to cheat against someone who's coming in natty. It's not. But if they both agree to it, like I would fight another fighter on TRT who's 39. Like, it definitely. Bro,
the fighters don't have that fucking, they don't have that fucking authority. They don't have that right to say that. If you're going to perform on a professional level, I don't want to see drugs in that sport, man. That does not, that makes it a whole different ball game. That turns it into that bare knuckles fight club or the fucking MMA fucking backseat club. This is not boxing. I'm a boxing purist, bro. I don't like anything but fucking 2 gloves and 2 fucking guys in the ring. And I don't want to see no fucking steroidal freaks coming in there. I just don't want to see it, bro. No fucking growth.
I'm giving you an option to have the cleanest version of boxing possible, because think about it. Why would someone cheat in the clean league when there is a juice league that you're still making money at? So what I'm saying is, if Bruce doesn't like the juice league, there's a clean league, the WBA natty belt, and Bruce, you can watch all the natty fights, and you know it's real natty.
It'll never happen, brother. It'll never happen.
Someone's on the cream or the clear, and they got that Lance Armstrong edge for the years 2016 to 2020. You know what I mean? There's going to be a whole clean version.
You ever follow bodybuilding?
Lately, I do with Chris Blumfeld and shit.
All right. Well, I was following bodybuilding since the 90s, and there is professional bodybuilding, the IFBB, the Mr. Olympia. That's the pinnacle of bodybuilding, and that's not drug tested. That's where they have $1 million prizes. That's where they have these fucking freaks that look like they stepped out of a fucking they're shaved gorillas.
Yeah,
let me finish, bro. And then they also have natural bodybuilding. They have NABA and the IFBB. They have a natural federation. Nobody goes to those contests. They're like fucking ghost towns. You're lucky if you got your girlfriend and your fucking father-in-law coming.
No one gives a fuck, and no one will give a fuck about two boxers who are dirty.
No, that's because they have the freak shows and they let that go on. That's not gonna happen in boxing, bro. Not on my.
That you're calling it a freak show. It's not.
It's a freak show. Yes, it is, man.
Bruce, I hope that because we're saying this out loud, that YouTube starts putting bodybuilding and fitness in your algorithm for your fucking stuff. You'll dig it, dude. I'm telling you, it's kind of cool. Just start watching some fitness shit, bro, outside of boxing, and they tie in, man. It's all in.
Say that again. I missed what you said in the beginning of that. I was looking at the.
I hope that because we're saying it out loud, that YouTube, because they listen to literally everything through the devices, starts putting bodybuilding in your algorithm, and you watch a couple videos. It's kind of cool outside of boxing, but it ties in anyway. Plus, you're a fitness guy. Calling the Mr. Olympians freaks, you're kind of being like a dick.
Oh, bro,
I love these people, dude. I
know these Olympians, and I know how hard they work.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
But
bro, didn't get them there. They're fucking putting boxer hours.
You know how many fucking friends I've buried. You know how many fucking guys I know who fucking died.
They knew they were going to die early from doing steroids. A man is going to
Let
do
me see
what
if I
a
can find
man
something here, man.
does. You know, we shouldn't drink alcohol or smoke cigars. Bruce, I'm doing both. You know what I mean? And if I had 4 hands, I would be smoking 4 cigars with beers. You know, like if that's what I feel like fucking doing. I'm going to go through some of these comments and give some shout outs. Remy and Rolling with the Punches, 1-2 Kid, Emmanuel Briggs, Mark Nash.
They're all a bunch of drunks out there. Don't give them no shout outs. They just
Bruce is calling all you out, and he says to call in and challenge him on that. Skywalker, shout out. Caesar J. LB, who I be, 99% of bodybuilders not natty and tell the truth. Exactly, bro. We wouldn't care. And yo, you're already watching Dirty Boxers. Let's just make it fucking even. Like, it's not a big deal, honestly. Yeah, you could get hurt from an. If you check blood levels, if you do TRT and you check blood levels, I could be on TRT and someone natty could have higher testosterone than me. Completely possible and happens all the time. Just because I'm on TRT doesn't mean I'm the Hulk. I'm in the gym every day. Remy, I'm definitely on PEDs, Atabutrol for my lungs. I'm not familiar with that is, but I hope it helps. Nash, even The Rock got offended by people saying he's on juice and he's not even a fighter. He's definitely on juice. But who gives a fuck? People still watch his movies. No one cares.
I'm gonna show you something, Robert. Let me see if I can dig it up here.
Skywalker wants me to send him some TRT. Bro, very easy to get through a doctor. It's really not that crazy. Haplo type 0, either against the rules or it isn't. The lazy suggestion of just letting everyone cheat reminds me of the expression an eye for an eye, blah, blah, blah. No,
check this
what I'm saying is don't lie
about
it, and you're not cheating if both fighters know.
Check this out, Robert.
You can see this on Facebook. We got a Facebook page. Nutritional Legend on Facebook. Now, what we're doing here today is I've known Bruce probably since I was about 20 years old, maybe even younger. 19, like a young kid. And Bruce in his store sells a lot of pro hormones, new pro hormones, ones that even if you look them up online, they're not even online yet to find out what they are. So I'm going to let him explain to you guys a little bit. You keep asking me about them, and I have no idea about them. He's pretty much an expert on them. So I'm going to let him explain to you guys what the different new ones are and how they work.
Well, it's funny because they named them after steroids. Testosterone, androl, primo, and what they try to do is they try to stimulate, they try to copy the effects that women would give you. And from what I'm hearing now, all of us over there selling this stuff is just as good as with less harsh on your liver. But anyway, like this androl X. I don't even know what half the things in there are anymore. They've changed the formula. This dude who came in there used to be my best friend. He died. He was only 43 years old. And fucking steroid abuse.
That guy? He doesn't look like he uses steroids.
No, that's me.
No way.
Yeah. This product goes for over $100 online. No, I'm not using steroids yet.
Then, right?
No.
Guys in here, take a bottle of protein.
You look good though. I was expecting like some sports mega type dude.
Well, I'm 50 years old, bro. Right there.
No, that looks good. I thought you were showing me like a video of like.
No. See that dude right there? That's Jerry Ward. He's a guy that I hung with this fucking guy for years, man. And he was a steroid guru. He knew everything. He would blow you away. He would just bury you because that's what this guy did, man. Ever since I first met him, he was a teenager. He was winning bodybuilding competitions, and then he went off the shit. He went natty, and he was at a convention. See, this guy left my town. He was big on YouTube. He must have had 50, 60, 70,000 followers. Jerry Ward, the bodybuilding guy, and he went natural. And he used to go to different expositions and stuff, set up booths. He sold supplements. He fit in real well with the modern bodybuilding world, and he fucking died, 43 years old. They went to wake him up one fucking morning, and he was dead.
Bruce, how old is this video, bro?
The video is about 10 years old.
What were you in Florida? You were so tan, bro.
No, I just used to go out all the time. That was just fucking that was the look. I live on the water, and I hang
the
on
tattoo, man. I like the Indian tattoo. I got tattoos too, man.
Let me look. See if I can.
3 different flavonoids, and it protects the liver while you're doing these products. Supposedly, it's supposed to create a barrier on your liver and protect it that way.
Yeah, that was like the milk thistle theory, but that doesn't really work.
What's that?
Which
Milk thistle.
steroids know about it because they can take it through steroid cycles. ADHD, which is a time proven, medically proven product.
Yeah, I retired in about 2 years after this. This was towards the end of my working career. But Jerry was a good friend of mine, and he was a walking encyclopedia. He knew everything about every fucking steroid in the world. He used to sell me all the fucking shit that I did, and he swore off it towards the end. But yet he was still on HRT. He had to do hormonal replacement therapy. He's the one who told me to go to the doctor and
Did you ever do that? HGH?
I never did HGH. He did HGH. Because see, with HGH, what always turned me off from that is you have to inject insulin when you do HGH. And I've seen guys today who were doing HGH back in the day, and they got fucking diabetes right now from fucking putting in insulin so much that their pancreas doesn't have to produce it anymore. And they were fucking and they're fucking diabetic now. They have to inject themselves with fucking insulin 2-3 times a day. So it's
a lot of people that I see on the forums and the message boards when they're on TRT, they'll do HGH too. I don't. I keep it to just test, but it's like common.
Well, I would advise you to not fuck around with that stuff, because I have never seen anybody, even Arnold Schwarzenegger, who did small amounts compared to what they do today. He had to have bypass surgery when he was fucking 65 years old. I mean, bro, really? I mean, unless you're
a doctor, a urologist prescribes mine.
I don't give a fuck who prescribed it. You're fucking with your body on a hormonal level. Your endocrine system does not need to be stimulated. At your age, especially, bro.
Bruce, I'm like so surprised. I'm honestly surprised you're taking this approach. Like, I feel like you should be on my side with this because you do it. So you had to look into it.
I love you. I love you. And that's why I don't want to see you abuse your body with that shit, because the ramifications, bro. I mean, fuck, man. Personal experiences, I can tell you how, when you shrink. When I was 210 pounds. I'm only 5'9". I was 210 with fucking 4% body fat, bro. I mean, I could have stepped on stage if I wanted to. The thing about it was I paid for it.
That is like in 2% of the most fittest people. Bruce, no.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is, when I was 26, if I would have got blood work done, my testosterone would have been at 800 to 900. You know what I mean when I say that, right? Because you get testosterone blood work done if you're on TRT every 3 months, right?
No, not every 3 months. I only get it done maybe once every year. But my testosterone levels are over 1,000. My testosterone levels are over 1,000, and I was sent to a fucking a hematologist.
Your testosterone levels over 1,000 now.
Over 1,000 now.
Fucking animal, Bruce. Damn, dude. Mine ain't even over 1,000.
My doctor can't figure it out.
Though.
My doctor can't figure it out. He sent me to the hematologist. He He told me it was just extremely rare, but my body produces a lot of red blood cells.
I don't even know if you need TRT, bro. You may still be that fucking dude.
He wanted to take me off of it, but the hematologist says, no, leave him on it until there's any dramatic changes, because he's just he's a piece of beef, and that's my levels. But yeah, I mean,
Bruce,
they were really low. He prescribed me the fucking testosterone. They went fucking through the roof, and now, bro, it's where it's at. Hey, Con Shonery, how you doing, my brother? Cosmic
Bruce,
One.
What I'm saying as far as me is, if 10 years ago my testosterone level was 800, then it dropped to 4, and I do TRT and I'm at 800. Why am I the villain in your eyes? Why are you worried about what I'm doing to my body? I won't have side effects. I've been at 800 before.
You're getting me wrong. You're getting me wrong. The fine line is taking it for medicinal purposes, taking it as HRT, or taking it for anabolic purposes because you want to look good, because you want to knock the other guy out next to you. You know, to me, that's wrong. That's when you're taking it where everything that goes up must come down. And coming off steroids, you can do it wisely, but it's still going to leave some fucking. It's
Bruce,
going to
at what age does
more out of you than what's in you?
Right. Let me ask you a question. At what age does a man's testosterone start going down?
Different for everybody.
All right, but come on. All right, just give me a roundabout.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll agree it's different for everybody, but there's definitely a fucking
27.
curve.
27, bro. 27,
I'm
28.
39. I'm 39, baby. I'm 39 years old.
Yeah, but it's not that noticeable.
I eat right and fucking work out and do TRT, but there's work that comes with that. But what do you think at 39? You think I'm still peak testosterone?
No. If your blood levels, if they say that you need hormonal therapy, then that's up to your endocrine. Your doctor will prescribe that. But whether I don't even see where a urologist is really qualified to give you hormonal replacement therapy. But then again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But I would say that would be more your general physician after looking at your blood levels and seeing that what it is.
Urologist is a specialist in that area.
Okay, well, if that's his specialty,
the dick area.
Mine just tells me to drink a lot of water.
The dick doctor is a urologist, is what I'm saying. I
have a ton of doctors myself, bro. I mean, I have a whole fucking team, and they're all crackerjack too. I think I have some of the best doctors in the world, so I don't want to fuck up. See, if you fuck up with one, it's the fucking domino effect.
But Brucey, you really don't need a fucking rocket science degree to get blood work at LabCorp. They'll tell you your testosterone level. It's like you get the results of your blood work. Like, it really isn't that crazy to fucking read. They'll tell you the average,
telling me that
you
these
can
fucking
compare
guys
it. You can determine if you have low testosterone, Bruce, with one blood test. You yourself, you don't need 50 fucking degrees. You know where you're supposed to be, and you know if you're low. And then if you take TRT but get follow-up blood work, you can taper how much you're taking to stay in the range. Let's say you're taking too much and your testosterone level shoots up to DECA trend levels. Well, look, you don't want that because you're going to get side effects that come with it. Yeah, you're going to be fucking jacked, but all this other shit's going to happen. Your nuts will shrink or you'll fucking get acne and freak out. You don't need that. You can be back to normal peak testosterone levels that you were when you were 28, and you used to wake up. Well, I'm not going to get into all that. You used to wake up with a heart on like this. Boom. You know what I mean. You can get back to that, but not freakish side level.
My wife runs from me every day, bro.
What's up?
My wife runs from me every morning.
Bro, you're at plus 1,000. You know what I mean? You're like the Terminator right now, Bruce.
It is what it is, man. I wish I could prove it to you, but that's what the numbers are. I'm not fucking just shooting those numbers out of my fucking ass. That's why I was sent to the hematologist. That's why he was looking for something in there that should cause that abnormality, but he can't find anything.
Bruce, did you ever think of doing masters?
Masters?
Yeah. With USA Boxing Masters Division?
Oh, fuck. Bro, I'm fucking 68 years old, man.
Yo, bro, they're 70-year-olds doing it. I swear to God, dude. These people are fucking beasts. Bruce, you could probably do more push-ups than me right now.
Bro, no, bro, I live in pain every day. I'm supposed to have both of my shoulders surgically replaced. I'm not going to do it because it's such a fucking complicated thing. I don't know if you know anything about joint replacement, but you have a knee. A knee is like a socket. It goes like this. Even a hip goes like that. A fucking shoulder, intricate.
My testosterone is going up just being on this video call with you. You fucking.
There you go, bro. No charge. No charge.
Shout outs to Cosmike1. Shout outs to Con Shawnery. Funny name. Shout outs to Remy.
No, that's my family up there. My brother William, old school on that. How you doing, my man? Good to see you in here, man. Peace to you, man.
Willie on that.
Oh, wait, what did you say on there? Hang on. Been in the hospital most of the week. Oh, broken ribs, man. They hurt. See, I cracked a rib. I had a horse fall on me, and I fucking cracked a rib. And man, I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't lay down, stand up. Hey, fuckface, how you doing, bro? Good to see you in here, my man. Just about getting ready to wind it down, man. I'm getting tired. I've been talking for 2 hours.
Bruce, hold on. I got a question from the chat. This is from Rolling with the Punches.
Rolling with the Punches, my brother. He can call me up.
Can you all at least agree that a juiced fight is less respectable than a natural fight? Less recovery time, less energy, means more will, more effort, more pain.
Yes, for sure.
If you want to use that as a feather in your, I would say it's harder to be natty.
Yes or no? Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. All right, bro. Robert, what do you want to say before I kick your ass out of here? Because I'm going to get ready to fucking close shop.
I said, Bruce, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Boom, 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 boom. That's how I'm going out with the shoot up. See you, everybody.
Peace, my brother. Thank you for coming by, man. Salute.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Awesome, man. I appreciate a little steroid talking here. And William, I know how you're feeling, bro. You can't do anything with that fucking. I think I only had a cracked rib. I don't even think it was broken, but they gave me this rib belt to put on, and they gave me the one for a woman. The first, I had to bring it back. I'll never forget that. It had little cups on there. But anyway, man, awesome having you cats on here tonight, man. Remember, 50 years ago tonight, Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton, an awesome fight, man. Ali got his jaw broken, finished the fight. It was a tough fight. We scored it. I scored it for Ken Norton. I believe I scored it 8-4. It was a 12-round fight, 7-4, one even. And it was pretty much the consensus. But I appreciate everybody coming in here, man. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I like looking at those comments in there. And this is Bruce Gass, Boxing, Jazz, and More. And I'm out of here, man. God bless you and good night.